disengaging, using the movement speed, trying to kill any targets that aggress on you. You do have like the Azir who can kind of hold his ground, the Sivir who can throw down those ricochets.
Advantage later on into the game. Right now you can see it's about a 200 gold lead here for the Bros as Roma looks for an angle. Shockwave comes down. There's the Emperor's Divide as well as Gideon looks for the knock up onto Yukal as Willa just has no idea which direction he wants to go. Yukal just barely walking his way out. The flash has to be employed here by Roma as now Willa still very healthy. Flag and drag doesn't quite land there, but Willa is still having to get himself out and casting has first roam. So first blood over to the Bros. On this is here. Let's have a look at this one more time as Gideon is the one that we're going to be focused on.
Yeah,
oh,
nice
good flash, yeah.
Oh, actually, you know what I think happened? I think it was the terrain of the Emperor's Divide. I think that's what actually happened, is he was like pathing on that. And that's why it looked from our perspective. It looked weird from our perspective. So
Cloud Drake is going to be secured here by the Bros by the looks, unless Willa can come in and make something of it. They're going to take the Nico for a walk, and now Andal is in so much trouble. Yeah, he's very dead. Just not a whole lot he can do about that, as the Drake is going to be taken down, and then the spectators are just going to get destroyed. Not exactly going to be all that successful. Level 6 now gained for said Andal, as Willa is going to be able to grab the Gideon grubs one more time. Oh my goodness, Gideon's going to be so upset. This is twice in a row.
Yeah.
0 for 6 on the Gideon grubs.
Maybe next game.
Yeah, perhaps. There is at least a guaranteed next game. Yeah. Well, Gideon is just on this. Willa is rotating over, though, and Andal is in a pretty good position. PopBlossom just started here, but in goes Gideon. That's just going to be his go button flash out from Yukal as Teddy takes down this Nico. Public execution is great, though, as Rich gets into a good spot, but Casting will catch up to this Vi and take him down. No junglers on the map, but Bros are all over this Drake, and will still be able to secure it. And what's our soul? 26 out of 16. Wow, they were really making us win. I knew it. Like, I knew it, man. But there is a Gideon in the area. No flash, though. And with Rich rotating down, he has an 800 gold lead. He is very scary. And so they are not going to contest. Still the Bros with a decent advantage. The tune of about 1.5K. And, ooh, they're going to take Andal for a walk once again. Shapesplitter comes through, but he doesn't manage to land the snare. The Blooming Burst is just going to be enough to get them out of there, though. Is now Willa to move over towards casting. Cease and desist isn't up, but they should be able to just guarantee this turret, as Willa is just going to be fighting this Gwen wherever he can. Needlework comes out, and that is going to be enough for them, as Yukal coming on over. Andal is just dead as the Cataclysm comes down. PopBlossom going to do nothing at all. Shockwave picks up 2 of them, but Yukal is still going to go to the Death Chamber, and DRX are just being led around the map, and the Bros are telling them where to go. On the Herald, so they do manage to take that one down, but we're going to check out this replay here as Gideon, he spots a target, he says, you know what, I'm just going to kill Andal first, and then immediately follow up onto Yukal. Yeah, and also commands his Azir to take the kill.
Chemtech Soul. I mean, the healing and shielding is nice on all of these champions, but you don't need to send the entire game on this. They are using the
Kanavi tech. The Kanavi tech. Well, it should just be that this dragon is taken down, as Andal does just get into it. There we go, see? It's the Kanavi tech utilized beautifully, this time to disengage into zone. But he's also going to be able to get a charge. Look at that, and now he's possibly dead.
Very dead.
Could he have chosen not to pop out right there?
Yeah.
It would have been good, I think. Andal used all of his playing super well in the last game, I guess.
This one's been a little bit of a rough one, and I think we're seeing what sometimes happens to some of our... He got 160 gold from the plates.
Yeah.
And Teddy got 150 gold for killing him.
Oh, there you go. Well, now Rover is golden. Let's see whether he can survive, as PopBlossom does pick up at least one of them. Roma going to be taken out here as Jiu's on the board. Casting, though, getting amongst it. And Gideon is going to survive. The flash from Jiu is actually denied by the flash out of Gideon. And the Bros just have all the answers today.
Okay, I know I said that Willa should just ult someone, right?
Yes.
5 people in the enemy team. Why do you pick the one with the Seeker's Arm Guard? That's all I'm going to say.
Well, because he was there.
Okay, but there was other people.
No, they weren't there yet. They weren't there yet. That's why he just said, you know what, we got to send it.
Okay, well, they're going to lose Baron.
Yeah, no, it wasn't a great idea. Oh dear, Gideon going to lock that one down very comfortably.
And you still have cooldowns for subsequent targets.
Oh, Rich actually looking for a little bit of a follow-up here onto Gideon. He takes a fair bit of damage as Redemption comes down. Rich now looking in trouble as he does have to flash away to the out of the Cataclysm. does have the public execution available, and Casting's ult is now on cooldown. Shockwave hits 3, is into the backline. Dances Rich, the Emperor's Divide doesn't find too much joy, but it lands on top of Jiu, has to ult, does find the kill on Aroma, and immediately the top and 80 carry fall down for DRX, and now they have to scatter to the wind once again. It's just an advantageous trade for the Bros, and they're looking for even more. Oh no, the Vault Breaker doesn't quite land. Boomerang Blade to finish off the target. And Sivir looking like a poke champion in this game as Teddy manages to find the beautiful angle, and that is 3 for 1 yet again.
The engage was a little bit scuffed from DRX, and they just don't quite have enough damage. And
4 items done here for Teddy. This should be soul point over to the Bros as Rich is just going to wander in. See whether that's going to work out as Willer over the top. See whether they can deny this dragon. DRX still looking for a fight. Oh no! The blast going into disaster as Andel's going to get taken down. Willer with a cease and desist, but they will not agree to do that. Shockwave connects onto 1 just to disengage. The Void Seeker also going to land onto Gideon, looking a little worse for wear, but super weak. Oh, okay, Namgung is likely to be dead. There he is.
Okay, actually got a shutdown there as well. Oh no.
He's gonna die. However, he did get what he wants, which is a kill onto an enemy champion.
And a lot of gold, so that's something.
Well, right now, the Bros just looking at this Baron, and is already down to 50% health. Willer looking worse for wear as well as the poke is raining down. Let's see whether he can get himself a steal as Gideon decides that they do not want to give them that option. Andel in a bit of trouble here as Gideon flashes after him. The Pop Blossom connects onto only 1. Cease and desist onto Teddy. He goes down to the GA. It's now Giu getting amongst it. He breaks his arm guard. Rich still trying to dance around the fight, and the Shockwave is fantastic. Rich now gets on top of the priority targets, and Roma likely to go down, but the rest of the team are already dead. Flash out of the way, and Rich just has to watch on as the Bros are able to tidy up this Baron, most likely after as a result.
Honestly, a massive effort from DRX, but there's just too much of a difference in terms of gold and too many carries on the side of the Bros. Rich is going to try here.
I don't know about this one. Gideon's there with Smite, so I just don't think this is going to happen. Still, he is going to try his darndest to take them down as he gets the more of Mount Mortia's shield. Mega Cone to get himself out of there, and Rich is going to survive it.
Baron, so
he did!
Value from the Gwen. Gwen basically untouched in the fight.
Oh, man. Gio hasn't done a massive amount of damage. Teddy certainly has. Gideon gets on top of Willer, and he's going to be able to Mega Cone his way out. Pop Blossom, delivery into the backline, and there is no follow-up. So it is just a dead Andel. At least Willer is going to survive, but this should mean that the Chemtech Soul will go over to the Bros.
On a Gwen as well.
Oh dear. Yeah, that is, it was difficult to kill any of them as the Bros, they know that Andel is dead for another 3 seconds. He's not going to be here. It's a 4v5 as Yukal now finding himself in an uncomfortable spot. Void Seeker is going to connect onto Casting as Rich just trying to dance his way out. Does throw down the ulti just to become unstoppable, but it's not going to save him, although he does actually get out and make sure that his AD carry dies in the meantime. Gideon now just flags, drags, gets himself out, and they should be able to block Willer as well, who's in a weird position on the map. And now Yukal is just going to get run down by a job, and Shockwave does absolutely nothing, and Willer is very dead. Teddy able to solo him out there towards the top side of the map, and DRX are just falling apart at the seams. This game was already real difficult, but now I think it's over.
Yep, they were looking for desperate plays. You saw there, Willow was trying to find a flank angle to look for the steal. Teddy found him and just ordered him down. Gideon is just destroying people. Solo killed Yukal there, I think.
6-1 and 16.
Yeah, to be fair, I will say, right,
please,
on Jarvan,
that point.
And on the damage taken.
Oh, man.
You were not much behind, though, honestly.
Okay, we were doubting his performance. That is incredible.
There you go.
All right, Andel is now going to take a walk as a melee minion. Let's see whether they can find it as Willer gets into that backline, looks for Teddy. There's a killer instinct. The avoidance of the wall is pretty good here by Jiu. Does find himself going golden. Shockwave does absolutely nothing as finally Teddy goes down. But the 80 carries are traded, and there are still way more carries here on DRX. And once again, Rich is the last man standing. And if he had have tried to fight, I think he wouldn't have been standing for very long. And so the Bros just going to march these minions towards this inhibitor and probably towards the Nexus. As the flag teleport comes through from Roma, he's got a really cool hat, the sorting hat perhaps, to keep the Harry Potter theme going here towards the end of this game. As the Bros, they're going to tie up the series. We've got at least 4 games in our first best of 5 of Super Week, and that is exactly what we wanted to see. We can bro and brew just that little bit more.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.